In this video, we will going to learn about CSS. This is the second video of Frontend Developer Essential course. In the first video, we learned everything about HTML. So I'm going to make 2 or 3 videos on CSS. This is the first video where I will explain the basic concept of CSS. So let's get started. So first of all, I'm going to create a new folder at the root so that I can provide you the cheat sheet. For creating new folder, we click on this folder and then write CSS, name the folder, and here I'm going to create one HTML file to structure to give the content to my website. And if you do not know anything about HTML, so I would recommend you to first watch my HTML video, then comes to here. So here let me give some title, CSS tutorial, and adding some data, let's say some content. I'm adding lorem 34. And so if you do not know how to toggle, you can write here and do this. So now it's shown in the single page. So what we will do, we will click on this live server, and after clicking on this live server, right now it is go live. If I click on this, so it will shown into my Google Chrome. This is how our website looking like right now. This is our title and this is the content we have right now in our website. So what we will do, we will store this. Let me make it like this, and let me make this way. Okay, so now it's fine. So first of all, let's understand what is CSS. What is CSS? So CSS is stand for cascading style sheet, in which this is a simple language which used to style and design our HTML element. Basically how website looks, what is the layout of the website, this is decided by the CSS. So there are different ways to add CSS into our website. So the first way is inline CSS. Inline CSS, and this is not recommended and it is never used in the real projects, but it's good to know. So what we do, we write style attribute, and in style attribute I'm adding some property, let's say color, and making this blue. So what it will do, it will make my this paragraph color blue. So this is how I do we do inline CSS. The second, this is the first way, this is the first way. And the second way to do this, we do not recommend this and we never use this. The reason behind that is, what does it do? It will make our content and design at the same place, and it will make our code very messy. So the second way, which is better than inline CSS, is we will use style component, style tag in our head tag, and here we can use this p. For what does it mean? Here for all paragraph, I'm giving my property color and adding the value blue. So for all paragraph, this will be my inline internal CSS. We say it's internal CSS. So if I comment this, if I drop here, if I remove this, then also this will remain same. This will remain same. So by the way, it's looking like here this internal CSS and inline CSS is there. So what we can do, we can comment it. For comment, what we will do, press control plus forward slash. So control plus forward slash, and this is how we do comment in our CSS file. So now in HTML, and the one thing I want to tell you is, if I make this comment, what does this comment mean? Comment does not supported by the browser, so it will not. Now this comment is gone. It is in the file, but it is not shown in the browser. So now the third way, the disadvantage of using this internal CSS, maybe we have multiple HTML pages which use the same design. So if we use this internal CSS, so what we have to do, we have to copy the entire internal CSS and paste in all the pages. So what we will do, rather than doing this, we use internal CSS. And in internal CSS, what we will do, we make an style sheet and its extension is CSS. We can name anything and extension is CSS. And here what we will do, I am just copying this, and let's say here I'm making this green, and here I am adding this. Earlier it was style, color was red. So here what will happen, I am making this style sheet but it does not show here. So what I have to do is I have to link it here. So for link I will write link CSS, and here I have to write the path of this CSS file. So right now it is in the current folder, so I can directly write the name of this file. So this is how we write, and this is known as our external CSS, which is we use external CSS only in our all projects. Okay, so now in this, but if you see clearly this style here, it is green, but here if you see the text is still red. Why it's so? It's because of the precedence. So our first precedence is given to inline CSS. If there is inline CSS is given, so this internal and external CSS will be overwrite. So now this text color, which is here it's green and here it is blue, but because of the precedence of inline CSS, this is become our red. If I remove this and save, now it will blue, but here it is green. So what I can do, if I comment down here, now it will become green. But there is one more thing. What is the precedence of internal and external CSS? So if I tell you, if I write this sheet below this style tag, now it will be this. So what is the precedence if I write? So the precedence is inline CSS, and after that which is written first. If our internal CSS is written first, then its precedence will be last. I mean, which is written last, there its precedence will be high. So here external precedence is written last, so it is green. If internal CSS is written last, then it will be more priority. Okay, I hope you understand this. So now let's clean this inline CSS and the internal CSS. We will going to use our external CSS only. So now let's understand what is the syntax of CSS. So here if we see clearly, let me just hide this sidebar. So what is the syntax? This is our selector. What is selector? Selector select our HTML element where we have to style and give the design. So let's say I am writing this selector, and first of all, after writing this selector, what is this color? Color is our property. And for this property we have this value, and value is green, and we can have a multiple property, and this multiple property, let's say this property 2 have the value 2, and all these properties and values is separated by this semicolon, and the property and value is separated by this colon. So I hope you understand what is selector and what is property and what is value. So now there are multiple types of selector we have in CSS. So now let's deep dive into the most important CSS selector. So the first selector we have is the element selector. Let's say this P. So what does this P is? This P is our element selector. Because we are using directly HTML element. If you see, we have a P HTML element, which is stand for paragraph. So this is known as element selector. So now what will happen? Sometimes we do not have to make all the heading or all the paragraph of same color. We use a different style to specific one. So in that case, what we will do, we will give them ID. Let's say if I have a multiple paragraph here, and I can write P into 5, and for all I am writing lorem 10. Sorry, it will be lorem 10, and I am giving this Now I do not want to make all the paragraph of same color. I want this paragraph to, I am writing this as a my second paragraph. Second, I have given this ID. So now let's understand what is ID and what is class. So ID is a unique property. Any for all the HTML element there will be a unique ID, and for class we have a same properties. So let's say here for ID I use hashtag before writing the ID name. So what is the ID name? Second. And then what I will do, I will give the property, let's say color, and make this color red. So what will happen, all the paragraph will have a green color, but this specific ID will have a this. So this is known as our ID selector. Now there is something known as class selector. Similarly, class selector we have, and class selector, for class selector what we will use, instead of this hashtag we will use colon. Let's say colon, and I writing para, colon para, and I will writing that background color. Background color is black, and our color is white. So here if I give anyone, let's say this, if I give is a class, and class is our para. So you can see that, you can see the how I can give this class selector. Now after this class selector there is something known as universal selector. Universal selector. So what does this universal selector means? So the universal selector means select all the HTML element. So let's say if I want to give this padding 0 and this margin 0, so you can see that it give all the space between all the HTML element, all the paragraph is gone. So I will explain you what is this padding, what is this margin. So first of all, just focus on this selector, this part. We will focus on these properties and values later. So this is known as universal selector. Universal selector. So now this is the all important type of selector. Sometimes what happen is I have to give the h1. For h1 I am giving this color black, and for paragraph I am also giving this color black. So what I can do, rather than writing the same property for different element selector or any selector, I can group them, and this is known as grouping selector. I can write this, and this will be also same. So if I what this is known as, this is known as grouping selector. So these are all the important types of selector. We have a pseudo selector, pseudo class selector. We will learn about them later, but now let's deep dive into our real coding part. So now let's start with the CSS font. So first of all we will see our font properties. So let's say I have my paragraph. In my paragraph, first of all I can give my font family property. So in this what happen is we can give different types of font family. Right now you can see that this is our font family Courier new. But if in case this is not supported in any browser, if this is not supported in any browser, because we do not have any font family which is 100% web safe. So it may be possible that it is not compatible with some type of browser, and in that case what will happen, in that case this will be loaded in that website, and if this is not also supported, so it will go to this. So that's why what we do, we do not write on a single font family, we're going to write a multiple font family, so that if one is not supported, so second one is supported, and this is known as fallback font. Okay, so we can write different we have Arial Times, and this is more like standard font family that you see on the pages. So after the font family we have a font size. So what does it will decide the size of the text. So I can say I can write in the larger, medium, small, or I can write in a number. Let's say that is 20 pixel, or I can write it in the percentage, like 100%, or I can write something like, I can write medium, larger, or something like large. So I can write in this way. Okay, so this is our size. And after size, what we will do, after size we write about we have something called font weight. And here what is 100 means it is the light, this is the lightest shade of the text. And if I do make it to 500 or 600, so it will become little bolder. And if I make it 900, it will become bolder. So this is from light, bold to bolder. So we can also write it like this form, a normal, or bold, or bolder. We can write in like, okay. So after this font weight, we have something called as font style. We have a font style, and in font style basically we can write italic, oblique, and this. So if I write this italic, and you can clearly see that it become italic. Okay, so after font style we have a font variant. We have a font variant. So here I can write a small cap. So what does this small cap means? Small caps mean all the, like here you can see that this is a smaller lowercase character, so it will convert lowercase characters to the uppercase character, but the size of that uppercase converted uppercase character will be still smaller than the original uppercase character. So if I make this and save this, not here, if I save here, so you will see that this is converted to uppercase, but still it's smaller than this. So this is how we write font weight variant. And apart from that, we can write a line height. So if I write this line height 20 pixels, so you can see that the line height is the, if I make this 50, so you can see that the difference, this is one line, this is second line, and the difference is this line height. Okay, so this is known as line height. So apart from writing in this way, we can write a shorthand. We can say font shorthand. So we can write font. For the font, what we have to write is, for the font, what we write, first of all we write its style. So its style is, here is italic, so we will write italic. And after this italic we will write is this variant, and variant is small caps. And after writing small caps, we write is weight, which is right now bold. And after writing this bold, what we will write is font size. Here it is large. And after this font size, we will write this line height, and this is 50 pixel here. And after that, what we will do, after that we write this font family. So after that I can write this. So either I write this or I write this, both of them are same. So if I comment this and save this, still it's same. Okay, so still it's same. I hope it makes sense to you. So I can do control that, and you can see it's still the same. So now this is all about the font. So now let's see about the, I can write just toggle, and for toggle you can use shortcut. And so now let's think about the colors property. So we have a colors. So how we can color, we can give color like I am giving text colors to, let's say, blue. So this I can give, and this will, I can say this is color by name. This is color by name. I am writing the color name. Okay, and there are three ways to adding color in CSS. So you can see here, we can do color by hex value, color by hex value, and here what we will write color equals to like hashtag this hashtag, I can say 000 or 123. I can write something like this. So you can see this is changing, and I can change the color. This is using the hash value, and we can change color by like RGB value. So here what I can write, that color equals to RGB, and here I have to write like if this is this. So if I have to convert, so I will write 4.1 here. I will write 4.1 here. I will write 4.6, and here I will write E7. So it's still the same. We can write it this way, this way, this way. These are the way we can use to like color. So I hope you understand the font and color. So now let's jump to the next. So now let's understand how we can add background to our color, text or any HTML element. So background. So first of all, I can write background color. Basically in VS Code, you do not have to write complete. You can write the sort like for background color, I can write BGC and I press enter, and this will make my background color. So here what I can give some name. Let's say if I am giving this name. So this is similarly as we have done this color, we can write it in the RGB form also. And in the RGB form, let's say I'm giving this arms to tab 45 tab 30. So if I give this, so you can see that I can change by hovering on this and make this color and this. So I hope you understand how we give the background color. So now after give background color, we can do different things also. So rather than giving the only background color, we can use the background image. We can use background, and here we can give the background image. So background image, we have to give the URL of the image. Where is the image? So I have some image in local. So if I see where it is outside this folder. So what I have to do, I have to write it to, and after that I have this assets, and in assets I have this download.jpg. So if I do this, so what will happen for all paragraph, this will happen. So rather than doing for this all paragraph, what I will do, I will come for this and use this for ID selector. Where is the ID selector? Yeah, here. So here I am giving this. You can see for the second it is shown like this, and rather than giving it to this, I will give it to like for this paragraph. This will make it more. Okay, so now you will see that our image is repeated. So for that, what we will do, we will write background repeat, and we will write no repeat. So if I write no repeats, then it will be look like this. So you can see that this is background color. So if I remove this background color, and if this background color, so it's look like this. So now what I can do is I can change its background size. You can see, and there are different types of background size. That I have a contain, and in the contain, all the content, all the image will be shown. And if I write the cover, then all the image may be cropped, but it will be stressed to whole HTML element. So now I can write, let's say if I add some more lines here, let me add some more line. It's in this paragraph now. So let me add some 232, and here you see that this is cropped. So in that case, what we will do, because we are using cover, so it will cover all the part, but it's not looking nice. So in that case, what we will do, we will make background position, and we can write it center. And if I write this center, so you see this, if I make this is in the center, but if I remove this center thing, then this is not in the center. So we can save this position. For now, let's remove that as text. So if you see here in this, it is not, my sun is not visible. So in that case, what I will do, I will write this, and now it's looking in the center. So this is known as background position. After background position, we have a different types of things like position, image, repeat, size, clip, and we can see that our background origin. So where it will origin. So we can write its content box. Okay, so this is all the properties of background, and we can now let's understand about the border. So I hope we understand about everything about the background. So let's jump to the border. So for border, we have basically three property: border width, border style, and border border style, border width, and what you let me write border. First of all, we have a border width. So let me write a 2 pixel. If I am saying that this 2 pixel, and then I have to write the border color. Border color. Border color. Let's say I am giving the black, and after that we have a border style. Style. So we have a different types of style. Let me make the solid border. So if you see, this border is solid. So just improve by 5 so that you can clearly visible. So you can see that border is right now of style solid. So I can change this style to dotted, and we can have a different types of style. We can have a dotted, we have a dash, and this is look like this, and we can make these changes colors to anything we want and make this pixel. So this is how our border is look like, and we can use the shorthand for this. For shorthand, we can write border, first of all width, and then our style, that is solid or anything, and then color. Color will be, let's say our color is black, so I'm writing this black. So it's again in the same position. So what we can do in the border, we can give the specific border also. So let's say if I have to give border top, border top. For top, I am writing 5 pixel solid red. So what will happen at top, it will be red, and at here it will be all other, the border will be black. So similarly I can write it for border bottom, border left, border right, and this. So now let's do a simple quiz. Let's say if I have to make this if I have to make a simple triangle, so how I will make a simple triangle. So here what I am going to do is, let me remove this extra text, and making my simple paragraph. This is my simple paragraph, and here I am giving my ID, that is a triangle, let's say. And here what I am going to do is, I will make hashtag triangle. In that triangle, first of all, what I will do, I will making this border, and border is, let's say 2 pixel solid black, solid black. So what is this is not seen to you. So first of all, what I will do, I will add the width and height. So what is, how to send width? Width is 100%, but I am making the width, let's say 300 pixel, and height also 300 pixel. So what this height and width property do, this height and width property set the height and width of this HTML element. There are different size unit. I can write in a pixel, I can write in for width I can write this 100 VW. VW means viewport width. So if this is our website viewport, so it will be make 100%. So if I make this 33, so it will be 1/3, 33, 1/3 of this. So this is how I can do, or I can write in this percentage also. I can write this in percentage also. And similarly for height, it will be like 40 VH. So what it will check, if I write 40 VH, so this is our 100 VH. From this top to this bottom of this will be our 100. So what it will make, it will make it 40%. So I can similarly write this 40%. So what does this 40%? 40% will make according to its parent. So what I will do, I am just removing for right now. I'm making this VH. So let's just give a fix to both 300 pixel, 300 pixel, and this 300 pixel. So this is how we give height and width. So now if I have to give this border, I'm making this 20. So if I give them a different border, let's say border stop is my 20 pixel solid red, and if I do not write the style, the default it will be solid. So and similarly I will write for my bottom, my left, and my right, and I can give you the different color: green, yellow, blue, and I will remove this. So if I say that, so you can see that. So now what will happen if I remove this height and width and make it like 0 as 0? What will happen if I make this 0 and 0? You can see that it will become this. So now if I increase the size little bit by, let's say, the 50, so all of them have the same size. So now what I can do is, rather than making let's say if I have to make triangle this, so I will make all of them as transparent. So I will make my top as transparent. So this is the border of transparent. So if I make this C, make this transparent, and left also, not the left, sorry, I have to make this right also transparent, this also transparent, and this is of color blue. This was blue. So if I make this, so this is how we make a triangle. So this is a simple quiz that you can solve, a basic assignment where you can make this. So if I want to make let's say circle, so how I can make the circle is very simple. If I have to make the circle P, and for ID I can simply write circle, and it will be here. So now if I have to make the circle, for circle I will write circle, and I will give it width. Let's say I'm giving 300 pixel, and I'm giving the height also 300 pixel. Now what I have, there is one property known as border radius, and border radius, if I make this like 2%, so you can clearly see right now, and basically I have to give the background. I have to give the background, and background color, let's say I'm giving black. So this is how. So if I increase this border radius, you can clearly see that curveness at the border. Okay, so if I make this 50%, so you can see that it's circle. So this is how we make a circle and triangle using the border property and border radius property. So now let's jump to we know about this circle, we know about this background, border, color, fonts, and now let's jump to box model. So this is a good time, we have enough knowledge how to design things. Now let's understand what is box model. So what happened here is, if I make this let's understand with the help of developer tools. So first of all, I'm going to inspect, and I will make it this way. So now if you see here is what, if I remove this and make this here, so we have, first of all, we have this content. For this text, if I point this, for this you can see this is our content. All the like paragraph and image, everything is the content. Now after that, what is this padding? The padding is the you can say space between the content and the border, and we can say padding is the space inside the border, and then we have a border, and after the border we will have the margin. So what is margin? We can say space outside the border is margin. So this is all the HTML element follow this box model. So if I hover over margin, so you can see this is my class. So if I here give some margin, let's say 30 pixel, so you can see if I hover there, so this is become orange. This is the margin, if I give here, let's say padding, and padding is 30 pixel, So you can realize that this will become 30 pixel. Okay, so this is how our padding is. And now let's understand how we can different types of way of giving the padding, how we can give different padding from left, right, top, bottom. So here, if I write this way, so what it will do, it will give the 30 pixel margin to all of this from top, left, bottom, right. But if I want to give margin 30 from top and bottom and 0 from our left and right, so in that case what I will do, I will write margin 30 pixel from top and bottom and 0 from left and right. So it's like it is for all side, and this is first of all, the first is our for top and bottom, and second is for our you can say left and right. And if we have to give different margins to all the sides, so in that case what we will do, we will write margin, and if I write this 4 different margin, so what is the sequence here? The sequence is, first of all we have a top, then we have a right, then we have a bottom, and then we have a left. So this is the sequence. If you see here the 30 pixel, from top the margin is most, then 10, from right it is just 10 pixel, from bottom it's 20 pixel, this is 20 pixel, and from left it is minimum, it's 5 pixel. So this is the margin, and in the similar way we give our padding. So for padding, let me just remove this, to give you the better idea about this, and give some background color black, so that you can easily understand how the things work. If I give the padding, if I increase the paddings to let's say 60, so you will see that the content will be enclosed. Okay, and the distance between or space between the border and the content is increased. If I make this to 10, then the space between this border and this will be decreases. So I hope you understand the margin, padding, and the box model. So I hope you understand about the basic selector, our ID, class, and element selector. So now let's understand and new selector, which is our pseudo selector. So pseudo selector. So now let's understand how we can design our links. So I have my link. Let me add some link here, and I am adding this link. So I am just commenting right now this. So I am adding link here, and how to add link, let's say https google.com, and here I can write go to Google. So here what I will write, A. For A, let's understand about different property first of all. So there are some properties known as text align, or you can say text decoration. In text decoration I can write if I write in dashed, so what will happen, this will be dashed, but right now it is already underlined, so I can write text decoration none, so that the line from this will be gone. So this is our second para, na? This is our para. So here I can write different types of set. So I am writing text properties here, so I can write text line, and in the text line if I write the center, then you can see that all the text is in the center. I can write it's right, and if I write it will start from right, okay, and normally it's from left. Okay, so there are different types of text line, and after that there is something called word spacing. So here word spacing, we can specify the space between the word. So if I write this 10 pixel, so you can see that in this word and in this word there is a distance of 10 pixel. And similarly I can give letter spacing. For letter spacing, let's say if I am writing 2 pixel, so for each letter, for letter L and O, there is a space of 2 pixel. If I write here 5 pixel, then you can see. So now for each letter there is a space of 5 pixels. So this is the basic text design. So I hope you got this. So for right now I'm just commenting this. So now let's understand about this again, pseudo selector. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to make its color. I'm going to make its color is red. So you can see clearly right now its color is red. But if I hover over this, so first state is hover. So what does it hover means? Hover means mouse is over. Our mouse is over the HTML element. So right now it's link. So I can say mouse is over link. Mouse is over link. So in that case, what will happen? My color will become, let's say blue. So you can clearly see right now it is this. If I make this, it's become blue. Let me just give some font size so that you can see. Font size 24 pixel. So now you can see clearly. If I make this, the color is changing. So I can make few state also. So there is one state known as active state. Active state. So in that case, let me make this color to yellow. So what will happen? What does this active mean? Active means the moment when the link is clicked. The moment the link is clicked. So I can say the moment link is being clicked. So here, if you see, if I right now before moving this active, I also like there is known as visited. So what does this visited means? Once we click the link, after that, once we visit that link, after that our color of that link will change to, let's say, black. Okay, so now let's see all this thing. That means the link is visited. The link is visited. So right now if I save this, so you can see right now it's red. So it is in the this state. Once I hover over this, so it will go to this state. And once I click, if I click, so you can see the color changes to yellow. And now it will go to here because net is not on. So it's go to google.com. Once I back, now you can see if I do this, sorry. So now it should become blue, but what's happened? So I save. Okay, because we did not visit it, it become again this. So what happened actually is because my net is off, so it's on to again this. But in the initial phase, what happened is after coming back from that, the link color will be changed to black. So now after now I hope you understand about the link. So let's check about next topic, which is display property. So let's understand about the display property. So how many types of like element we have? We can have an inline element, and we can have a block element. So what is this inline and what is this block element? Let's understand that. So let's understand what is this inline element. Inline element are the element which take the space or the width as much it's necessary. Let's say for span, if I have some span, or you can see for link, for this link, if I make the background color, black, so you can visualize that it take the space only which is necessary for this link. But for this paragraph, you can see that I am making one paragraph here. Let me make one paragraph, and paragraph have also the same text. Go to Google. This is my paragraph, and for paragraph, if I write if I write this p background, background color is black. So you can see that for p, what will happen is this take the whole space. So what does it mean? This p div are our block element. So what is block element? So I can write block element take um, entire entire space, entire width, and start from next line. So if you see that here there is a space, but this paragraph starts from here. But if I have to make the if I am adding different links here, so this will add it on the same line because it is inline element. So I hope you understand the inline and the block. So now let's I hope you understand inline, and so just write it here and just comment it. And for inline element, I can write inline element take space which is necessary, say, or I can say take necessary space, and start from same line. If a space is there, then it will start from the same line. So this is about the display property. So now let's understand about the position property, which is most important property of this CSS. So I'm going to write position property. For the position property, let's say I have let me make some div. I'm making here a div, and this div have a class container. This container, and this container have a, let's say, this paragraph, writing some 34, and there is some paragraph p. I'm writing container paragraph, container para, and here also I'm writing 10. Okay, so you can see that this is, so let me give some styling for this container. Background is yellow so that it seems to us, and margin, let me give the margin top, or entire margin, let me give to 10 pixel. So you can see that here, so we have this div in which we have this text, and this is a one paragraph, so where I give this style. So now let's say if I give this border 2 pixel solid black, and give some width, let's say width is about 500 pixel, and height is also 500 pixel, and height is, let's say, 200 pixel. And here what I am going to do is I am going to use this, I have my container para, this is our ID. So for this I am also giving some properties. Let's say for this my width will be 100, and my height is, let's say, it's also 100. Okay, and rest I can remove this thing. Okay, so now if you see that what's happening here, we have this div. In this div we write some text over in div, and we have this paragraph. Start from where? This paragraph start once this text is finished here, so it start from here. So now what we will do, if I make this position, I will use this position relative, and then I will use this top. Let's say this top is my 10 pixel. Then what does it mean? So it relative position, its initial position was here, it starts from here, so from here it will make its top 10 pixels. So this distance is 10 pixel. If I increase the distance, so it will become 100 pixels. So this is 100 pixels. And if I write my right, from right, making this 30 pixel, so you can see from right, from here it will goes to 30 pixel here. But if I make it like minus 30 pixel, so it will come minus 30 pixel, means it will come here. So rather than writing right minus, I can write my left left is 30 pixel. So I hope this makes sense. What does this relative properties do is, what does this relative do? Relative, it's change the position, it change the relative position, relative position. Okay. So now if I there are something known as position fixed position. So now let's understand what is this fixed. So if I write this fixed, so what it will check, it will not check again. Before going to this fixed, let me tell you what is absolute. So if I write absolute, so what does it absolute do? It will be relative according to the its next position element. So here this is not position. If I give some position here, if I giving some position here relative, so what will it will be absolute, it will have a relative according to this div. But if I didn't give any position to this, if there is no element which have the position property, so it will position according to the div, according to the div. So according to the div, it will take 100, it's take 100 pixel from this start of the web page and right taking 30 pixel from left. So this is how our absolute works. I hope you understand. So what is this absolute? So let me write here. So absolute, it is relative, to here I can write it for relative, I can write it is relative to its actual position, and it is relative to its parent positioned element first, or I can say its first parent position element. If this is not parent, let's say this div is inside another div, that div is inside another div, so I will check the first position element, and according to that I will make my it will position. So after absolute we have fixed. So what does it fix? So fixed is always check from this viewport where I can for. So if I scroll down, let's say let me scroll down. So for that I have to add some data here. Let me make some break statement, and let me give some break. So if you see that, and here I am adding lorem 20. So here you see this is fixed, right now it is here. If I scroll, it is remaining fixed. So this is the known as position fixed. So now we have another thing. So what I can write for fixed, it is fixed position, it has fixed position according to viewport. So after this fix, we have something known as static. Basically default, the default position is static, which is found to us. I can write here static is default position. So if I make this static, so it will come back again into its original position. So now for this static, this top left is not working. Okay, so this top left will work for other things like relative, absolute, fixed, or I can have something known as sticky. So what does this sticky means? It will if I am here, so you can see that this position, if I scroll down to make that 100 pixel and this 300 pixel and remove there is nothing. Let me add some position here, position relative. So now if you see, for this will stick to this. How I can do that? Let me write something for this class, for this lorem ipsum class. Where is the para? It's the para. Yeah, So here if I write position fixed, position sticky, position sticky, and from top it will add 10 pixel. So if I scroll down, you can see that it's stick to this page. Okay, so this will be used, this stick is used for the navbar. Whenever you see on the website this navbar is fixed at the top. Okay, so I can make it fixed at the 0x 0. Okay, so this will be fixed at 0. So once you scroll it will be fixed. Okay, so I hope you understand the all position properties, which is our sticky and sticky, fixed, absolute, and this. So what I can say, sticky, it will be fixed, it will be fixed. Okay, so it will be fixed after scrolling, after scroll. Okay, it is viewport and it is after scrolling. Okay, so I hope the position is very clear to you. So this is all about the today's videos, where we'll learn all the basic concept of CSS. In the next video we will going to learn about the flexbox, grid, media query, animations, transformation, and many other things. So I hope you like this video. If it helps you, do not forget to hit the like and subscribe button. You can check all the source code in the description, and please do not forget to share it with your friends and juniors too. So let's meet in the next video. Bye.